Hello and welcome to a brief demonstration of the TurtleTough sensor management software. Attached to my computer via a USB cable, I have the Windows interface box, and that is this little black box here which has 4 quick connect ports, which allows me to connect 4 smart sensors simultaneously to my PC. If I click on the sensor tab here, you can see that I have a single sensor connected. And if I had an array of sensors, they would populate in the dashboard here. Simply by clicking through onto one of the sensors, I can immediately obtain the live readings, such as the pH value, the raw millivolt output, as well as the value coming from the temperature sensor. The next window, and arguably one of the most important, is the calibration feature. The calibration window allows us to do a wide variety of calibrations, including a 2-point calibration for both the acid and the alkaline slope. Additionally, you can do a 3-point calibration, and it's important to note that all sensors come from the factory with an inbuilt 3-point calibration in place. You can also do an offset calibration. So if you've obtained an accurate grab sample from your process, and you wish to standardize the sensor against that result, you can use this function here. Moving along to our next tab, we have the Health tab, and this is an automatic diagnostic feature that takes a lot of the hard work out of interpreting what all the various values mean that are coming off the sensor. There are 4 stages to a sensor's health. Stage 1 essentially shows us a sensor that's in excellent condition, exhibiting its optimum response and accuracy. And from there, the probe decreases in 25% intervals until we reach stage 4. And that's basically a sensor that's expired and needs to be replaced. The diagnostic tab provides more detailed information for us. And this is particularly useful if you want factory support. If you are having an issue with any of your sensors, my technicians are going to ask you for a screenshot of this page, or you can save the results over here and send it to us. And that's so that we can interpret what's going on with the sensor. This page here contains important information such as the sensor label and serial number, the part number so we know what sensor it is, the firmware revision, as well as its health score, and other information such as the offset, its previous calibration results, when it was last calibrated, and most importantly, the number of days in service. Over on the right here, we can see the results of the last calibration. This graph is particularly important. We can see the blue line indicates what a perfect sensor would look like, and you can see the results of my most recent attempt to calibrate a sensor. Here I accidentally used the same buffer twice, and I got a very distorted slope, which is the green line. As a result of that, we actually ended up with a failed calibration, and because it was outside the standard thresholds, the sensor would not allow that calibration to be written to the onboard memory. So the software did its job there in preventing a complete upset in the measurement. And lastly, we have the configuration page. Some more information that you might find useful here. You can adjust the sensor's dampening, so the averaging of the data coming off the sensor, it is set to a default of 10 seconds. You may want to push that out to 30 seconds to smooth out the data. You can go all the way down to 1 second. We really only use that in the workshop and the laboratory for troubleshooting purposes, and we probably wouldn't recommend that in the field. Otherwise, the signal is going to be a little bit too noisy. Another very important feature you'll find here is reset to factory calibration. So if you have stuffed up a calibration like I've just done, this will allow you to reset this to the way it came from the factory with the 3-point calibration. And that's most useful when a sensor's not performing the way you expect it. You can reset to factory calibration and it should come good. So that's just a very quick overview of some of the very powerful features that are available from your PC. It's obviously a lot easier to work in the comfort of the workshop or the lab with PC software to calibrate, diagnose and set up your sensors than necessarily doing it in the field when you're trying to do this through an analyzer or a similar device.